Charlie Kirk created the culture that killed him. Charlie was a professional provocateur. He used inflammatory fallacies and thought-terminating cliches to embolden those who have always held power, straight, white, cisgendered men.
2 seconds later.
I was fired for this video that I made about Charlie Kirk. I regret absolutely nothing. Even knowing what happened, I would post that video and every video I've posted here 1,000 times over. And while I'm disappointed that my employer chose to let me go during a coordinated doxing campaign, I'm not shocked. And this video isn't about my former employer, so please just don't bother them. That's not my intent, because this isn't about me and my employer, former employer. This is about the current culture we're living in, where the Overton window has shifted so far right, where speaking out against the regime is seen as radical, especially if there's a perception that that might harm the bottom line. So
you know, guys, when I think of the regime, I cannot help but notice the loads of resources that go into funding movements such as LGBT, you know? When you go to universities, I couldn't help but notice how everyone is being indoctrinated into a certain set of beliefs. And then one person, right? One person goes to these universities to question those people on their beliefs in a very diplomatic and kind way, and he gets brutally unalived. I don't know what regime this woman is talking about. But anyway, guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, I know that everybody has done like 10 million videos on this, but I got this video on my feed, and I wanted to chime in as well, because I think, you know, it's good, given how relevant the topic is. So please like and subscribe, guys, and let's watch this together. And afterwards, to cover some dating as well, I have a dating experience in LA, so you know it's going to be a good one. But now let's continue with this woman.
it creates a culture where silence is rewarded. And the far right has spent years creating a machine that punishes anyone who speaks out against the system. I mean, think of Turning Point's very own Professor Watchlist that targeted whoever taught what Turning Point deemed to be left propaganda. It's meant to scare companies, schools, institutions into submission. Because
well, I don't see them being too scared now, are they? I don't see, guys, universities being too scared of pushing a certain type of ideology. And this woman says, oh, the right does nothing but silence people. Let me remind you that the guy who got unalived was there to talk to people. And they could just gather up, get a microphone and speak whatever they want. And he will reply not with guns, same as the other party did, but he will reply with a conversation, with dialogue, right? It's like this woman, guys, everything she says is literally the opposite of reality. That's how delusional this woman and people who think like her are.
They know if they can make challenging the system feel dangerous. And when I say the system, I mean white supremacy, Christian nationalism, patriarchy. Fear will do the work for them because it preemptively scares people into complying in advance. It's how capitalism and white supremacy and Christian nationalism work hand in hand. It creates an economy and a job market where workers are reliant on their employers. It makes them afraid of losing their livelihoods. Here's the thing, I'll be fine. Now, don't get me wrong, we're not really in the position for me to be losing my job. It hurts, but I'll be fine. I'm shielded in ways that trans individuals, the Black community, Palestinians have never been. They have been putting their bodies on the line, risking their jobs, risking their safety for generations.
I'm tired of these people, guys, pretending like they are the saviors. This woman feels like she's Jesus Christ to the Black community. And let me remind you of something else. These sort of people, right? The literal NPCs. I don't know if you've seen that meme of like an NPC character who is serious, but then you tell something upsetting and just his eyebrows turn angry. You know, believe in the current thing, that sort of meme. That's what these people are. So, for example, Ukraine, right? They were all big on Ukraine. Oh, Ukraine, oh, the flags, guys, the profile pictures colored in the Ukraine colors. Ukraine, Ukraine. When this woman, who was Ukrainian, a Ukrainian refugee, passed away, brutally murdered by some psycho, I didn't hear anything from this side. I heard the right be very upset, But you didn't hear these people. You know why? Because it's a conflict of interests. Because one of their preferred minorities happened to attack another one of their preferred minorities. And of course, they stood with the one they deem more valuable, which is black people, right? Like, nothing against black people. There's gonna be some black dude watching this that hates this whole thing. So nothing against you, but that's how these people think. There is a hierarchy. And the bigger, quote-unquote, victim you are, the more they respect you. So if you're part of a bigger victim group, you are allowed to stab a young girl on a train and they won't say a word about it. Because you're higher in the hierarchy, right?
It feels shocking for a lot of white people because we've mostly been insulated from the fight. Having privilege means putting ourselves in situations that are uncomfortable because our advocacy means nothing if we abandon it whenever there's actually something at stake. So if saying Charlie Kirk created the culture that killed him results in me losing my job, so be it. I have a lot more to say about my personal experience, about this current moment, about McCarthyism, about how I think a lot of these doxing attempts are in response to COVID and the Black Lives Matter movement.
COVID? My hell. These people. I know about you guys, but when I'm not certain about a certain political stand that I should take, what I do is I go on TikTok to find a tattooed up her butthole blonde, stupid bimbo. That's what I do when I don't know what to think, right? Indoctrinated and brainwashed. That's what I do, guys. I don't know about you. COVID, what in the hell? Also, the Black Lives Movement, which was utter bullshit right from the get-go, even got proved that, yes, it's bullshit. It's a scam. That they wasted the money that was invested. Everybody knows this at this point. I know these people are still yapping about it. Dude, that was a fraud. As intelligent people knew from the get-go that it's just a political movement, and hey, if we can get some bucks for ourselves, all the better. But these people still believe in that. Like, they're so blind, guys. You can hit them in the face with the truth and they won't notice it.
As like revenge. Because I have more time now, I'm going to be saying a lot of that on Substack. My first long form video is already up. The long version is behind a paywall for a couple reasons. One, because I did lose my job, so. But also.
Now, what she doesn't know is that the long version is behind my pants, really, but alright.
Because I want to keep trolls out and use this as a space to really build community for people who want to dive deeper into these discussions. I'd love if you subscribed, regardless, from the bottom of my heart. Want to thank everybody here.
Oh, thank you. You don't know how thankful you are to me right now. Also, she says trolls. You know what trolls means. Anyone who questions her beliefs with like a spreadsheet of facts is a troll, according to her. By the way, guys, post-edit he done here. I actually forgot to mention the very reason why I was covering this TikTok. And it's because I wanted to ask you a question. Imagine this. If Joe Biden got unalived during his mandate, during his presidency, what do you think the response from the right will be? If you need, pause the video, think about it. What do you think the right-wing media will be talking about? What do you think the right-wing, like, commentators will be speaking about? I don't think they will react in the same way that the left did. I don't think they will be happy. I don't think they will say, oh, he deserved it. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people disliked Biden, including me, for a lot of reasons, right? But literally nobody will have said, oh, well, he deserved it, that's what you get, right? Nobody. Now, I don't even want... I'll take it a step further. I don't even want you to think about commentators, public figures. Think about the average person. The average right-wing / conservative / traditional / Christian, if you will, person. Do you think anyone will be happy in his heart, not even commenting on Twitter, just in his heart? Do you think anyone will be in his heart happy that Joe Biden got unalived? I don't think so. Maybe a few here and there. I mean, if you take all the public, yes, there's going to be some here and there that are going to be happy, but the very minority, right? You don't see that on the left. You see tons of videos in the thousands with tens or even hundreds of thousands of likes agreeing that, oh yeah, Charlie Kirk deserved it. He deserved it. That's justice done, right? For a guy speaking his mind. The divide is just so big. It's so big. Like the right, and I don't like getting political on the channel, but look, everybody can notice this. Everybody can notice this. Everybody knows that if Joe Biden, say, got unalive during his presidency, almost nobody from the right will be happy about it. Yet you have the left, like demons, like literal demons from Satan, laughing, enjoying when a person is unalived, a person with a family at that. Yeah, sorry, it's just, I cannot understand the other side. I cannot. No matter how much I try, I can never picture myself in a position where I'm happy that someone got unalived, right? Like, think of your biggest opponent, the person you hate the most. For me, at least on the internet, it's Hassan, that dumbass that has been inciting violence for years and has the stupidest takes I've ever heard in my life. I can sit in a room for 5 hours and trying my hardest, I cannot come up with more stupid takes on everything. That's the person I hate the most, probably on this planet. But imagining him getting blasted through the neck, and for me to actually be happy about that? Yeah, no. No, but that's how the left is, right? They don't deserve respect, honestly. But now, guys, let's continue with the video. I think that it's too late. You cannot save these people. You simply cannot. Again, you can bash them over the face with the truth, and they won't see it. It's over. Too indoctrinated. But anyway, guys, they should study. Like, how is it possible for people to be so indoctrinated just by going to, like, university? Like, how is it possible? Like, we're not talking about some Japanese technique, you know, where they take you to a room with no windows, no clocks, and then they just, you know, play on repeat the same brainwashing. No, these people just go to university and they get out of university being absolutely brainwashed to the point where they'll question you on whether the sky is blue. I don't know how it happens. But now let's move on to one guys who cannot date in LA.
Ever since my breakup, my mom has been begging me to get on the apps. She's like, please, Erica, just go on some dates. Just have fun with a couple guys. You know, there's so many men. There's so many fish in the sea. Just get out there. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not going to go on a date. She's like, please, Erica. I'm like, fine, fine. So I re-download Hinge, change my pictures, update it, whatever. I'm swiping. Finally, I matched with a guy. He's cute. We're chatting, it's casual, whatever. And he's like, so what are you looking for?
He's cute. Now, for those of you who watch every single video, you will remember 1 or 2 videos ago, I don't know how they are scheduled, but there was another one talking about the guy who she matched with is cute. Cute just means chad. It's not a cute guy because he has charming eyes, or because, you know, his nose fits his face well. You know, or like he has a cute hairstyle. No, we're talking about above 9 chart. That is not cute. I wouldn't categorize that as cute.
You know what? I'm just looking for a nice guy who's going to take me on some fun dates. He's like, I'm a little more unique. And I was like, okay. I thought that it was like an attack on me that he was calling me basic for just like wanting a nice guy to take me out on dates. So I was like, okay, what do you mean? And then he jumps into this whole thing about how he wants an equal partnership, but he wants his partner to be okay with his sub and dom lifestyle. He has like a partial maid, and like he wants to be married and have kids, but his wife be okay with having this other lifestyle. And this is no shame against culture.
Oh no, shame them. Those degenerate psychos, yeah, shame them. But there you go, guys. What a coincidence. She happened, guys, to coincidentally match out of the whole 400 options that she had with the really rich, probably tall, also really handsome guy who can afford to sleep left, right, and center. Right? What a coincidence, guys. Some people will say, oh, he done generalizes too much, but at this point, all I need to hear from a woman is for her to tell me, I chose the guy who is cute. And I already know she chose the chat. I don't need any more words. I don't need any more specifications. I don't... Excuse me. I don't need to look deeper, right? I just know what women are about, and it takes me literally one word to figure it out. It gives me 50 Shades of Grey vibes, this guy. Like, he's rich, you know? He has his own maid. He's looking for some fun. The dominant type of male, right? Really attractive, really successful, rich, and just wants to be a degenerate. And coincidentally, that's what she fell for. Wow, what a coincidence.
At all. Like, I really appreciate him being upfront, but I'm like, is this LA? This is the first guy I match with? On Hinge? The first? I just want somebody to take me to Boomers and, like, slap my ass.
Ha 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 ha, he he he. Is this LA, guys? Is this LA? I don't know, you tell me. I've never been to LA, alright? So you tell me. Is every single man in LA a very rich, tall, handsome guy with a maid who wants to be a degenerate? You tell me, guys. Is every man in LA the character from 50 Shades of Grey? I don't even know his name because I'm not reading that degenerate bullshit. You tell me, guys. Is this what LA is all about? No, you fucking hoe. This is what the 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, top 5%, tippity top of the guys usually are like. Rich, tall, handsome, has options, doesn't want to commit necessarily. Even if he wants to commit, which he probably won't do with you, he still wants to have his options on the side. Because he can afford it. Because he's a 9 or 10 out of 10. Alright? You fucking moron. Is this LA? I mean, don't get surprised, guys, when these women say, all men suck, all men. And when they say all men, they mean the 4 to 5 guys they keep choosing. It's the same dude all over again. It's the same dude with a different skin. It's the same type of guy. Very attractive, tall, rich, handsome, 6-pack, 6-inch wiener that he penetrates these women with. And they go out and date him, and then, oh, men suck. And coincidentally, she went for the top 5. Alright. Alright. Go fuck yourself. But now, guys, let's move on to articles. The first one titled, I made a terrible joke to the girl I'm dating. Now she is distant and I don't know what to do. So I picked 2 articles. I've read both of them. And they happen to align in the message. So let's read them. We were sitting in the car yesterday discussing our relationship, and she said to me something in the likes of, I don't want to be a burden to you financially. And stupid me jokingly said, you already are, in a sarcastic manner. She went cold right after that, and I kept explaining that it was a bad joke from my side, and I regret it. I said that I never once thought about money when I'm with her, as I'm happy to provide, especially since I see my future with her. I genuinely do from the bottom of my heart. I feel like there's a song reference somewhere around here, but I can't remember. I wrote her a paragraph explaining all of this yesterday, but she left me unread. Is there something that I can do to save the relationship? Save your sanity by not dating this woman. Honestly, guys. Yeah, just cut the relationship. It's over. You're too emotional, you're being a bitch. Go find someone else to tolerate this BS. If you think that's cold or that's like too harsh, think about marrying this woman. You're in a 10-year marriage, you have kids, you're locked with this woman now, and she gives you the same treatment because of a joke. Sorry, I can't put up with that. I really can't. It's a joke. It's just a joke. Now, if you were in the same car, you will have known that it's a joke. Everybody can tell that this is a joke. In case you couldn't tell because you're a retard, He wrote a whole paragraph explaining, but it doesn't matter because women are not rational human beings. They simply aren't. They are ruled by emotion. Maybe they are rational and logical like 5 minutes a day when they don't happen to be ruled by a different emotion, right? That comes by every 5 minutes. Who wants to be in a relationship with the equivalent of a volcano about to erupt? That's how unstable these women are. Would you build a house on the top of a erupting volcano? Would you do that? No. So why would you date these women? They're so unstable. It's so annoying, dude. I cannot be all day after you each time you get butthurt by each and every single word. And if you've been in a relationship, you've gone through this, I've gone through this, everybody has gone through this. Stop being children. It was a fucking joke. The whole days, guys, whole days acting cold. And I can bet my ass they had the conversation of, what's wrong? Nothing. What's wrong? You should know. Dude. And then this is the gender, guys, that talks about emotional intelligence. Yoo-hoo. Then this is the gender that will tell you how key communication is. It's a fucking joke. It's just a fucking joke. Also, stop writing the paragraphs. Again, I've done this. I used to be green and naive, thinking that, oh, if I explain this to my girlfriend, she'll get it. It doesn't work. With women, guys, you cannot talk to them. Alright, let's move on to the second one, and you'll see how both of these are tied. I got intimate with a friend, and now she's distancing herself. I'm a 28-year-old male. I've known this girl for about 8 years. We're in the same small student society, but we were never close. I hadn't seen her for several years until earlier this month when I attended the wedding of 2 friends from that same society. She was there too, we didn't talk, yada 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 yada. She mentioned she makes candles as a hobby. I told her I'd like to buy one, and as I was leaving, I took her number. It's a lot of yada yada, but I'll read it still. A week later, we met at a cafe. It was a friendly meeting. Afterwards, we went back to my place to eat and watch the European Basketball Championship final. Everything was friendly until the game ended, when we started drinking Baileys and listening to music. We ended up cuddling on the sofa and eventually making out. She didn't want to have SVX, and I respected that. Instead, she gave me a manual labor. So, something to point out here. This is how easy it is when the woman likes you. So this dude met her 8 years after their last time. They met one day, guys. One day at a wedding. Their only conversation was, hey, I see you're around here. Yeah, I do candles as a hobby. Oh, can I take one? Yes, here's my number. That's how easy it is. When women like you, they'll do anything. You just have to open your mouth to like confirm, to accept the terms and conditions. Then they go to a cafe. Notice how there's no take me to a 3-star restaurant. I'm not a dog to go on a walk. There's no standards. No, meet me anywhere. Buy me a McDonald's meal and I'll suck your win afterwards. Because that's how easy it is. They go home, they watch some bullshit, yippity yay, bam. And she banged. Well, they didn't bang, right? But it was on its way. Okay, let's continue. Here comes the kicker, guys. Since then, she's been acting distant and a bit weird. A few days after that night, she asked me to accompany her to the hospital early in the morning. I adjusted my plans, and the night before, I texted her to confirm what time I should be there. She replied that she actually didn't need my help, and that she had only asked to see how I'd react. My hell. Now, whenever I suggest meeting up, she's flaky. She agrees at first, but then cancels the next day. What do you think the problem is? The problem is that she is a woman. And she is a brain-dead kid. She is a child. That's the problem. Why do men put up with this? Again, guys, the pussy cannot be this good. Why do men put up with this? Again, this is the gender that will non-stop talk and unable to shut their mouths about, oh, this relationship needs this and that and demands and the other thing and emotional intelligence. Dude, you are the equivalent of a literal child. The mere fact that I have to put up with this BS is already too much to handle. The juice is not worth the squeeze. If you would drain my bowls, alright, if you will drain these nuts, in the same proportion that should drain my sanity, maybe then we can talk. Maybe. But if you're gonna be such a fucking burden, it's just insufferable. For what? For sex 1 to 3 times a week? Just for that? Is it worth it, guys? My hell. So that's the common pattern between these two articles, and it's that women are just insufferable. I'm getting a migraine from having to read through this. So notice how unstable this woman is, guys. She's interested, but then she's not interested. They start cuddling, she starts warming things, but then, oh, actually, I don't want S3X, I'll just give you a HJ, excuse me, right? But then she's distant. But then she tests you to see if you are compatible and how you react. But then she's distant again. But then when he suggests meeting, she's flaky. But then she agrees, but then she cancels next day. But then this, but then that, but my fucking hell, dude. Who wants to put up with this, honestly? I'm getting so fucking tired from having to read this alone. Who wants to deal with these fucking children, dude? Why do men need to be in relationships where they feel as though they're dating a 10-year-old? I'm not a PDF file, alright? And in the same manner, that's not something you should specify, but here's what I say it. Because in the same manner, I don't want to be with a 10-year-old physically. I mean, in a physical aspect. I don't want to be with a 10-year-old mentally, in a mental aspect. I don't want to be in a relationship where the other partner, companion, is the same as a 10-year-old fucking child. You tell a joke and now they're all upset and now they're not talking to you. I'm mad because of a fucking joke. It's like 2 days not talk. Even kids are better, because a kid will get angry like 5 minutes because of whatever BS, and then you like buy him an ice cream and that's that, and it's over and done and dusted. But with these grown children, now she's mad 3 days because you made a joke that she knows is a joke. She just wants to get butthurt because she likes sabotaging the relationship, and because women love evil. They're satanic. They love evil. They love, people being angry at each other. They don't want you to go back home, for you to slap her ass and you go to sleep together cuddling. No, now we have to make it all about me. Now I'm upset. Now you have to write me the long paragraphs and sorry, like men begging on their knees. Sorry, please don't do this to me. You know she loses respect for you when you do that, right? The women absolutely lose respect for these doormat men that are sorry, please forgive me. Dude, stop it. Show her that you don't give a fuck if she's upset. If she continues being upset like a little child, you're gonna leave and you're gonna find someone better. And even if you don't find someone better, you're better off alone than being with an overgrown child. Show her that, and if she falls into place, we can take it from there. If she doesn't, fuck you. I don't want this fucking burden up my ass. I'd rather have hemorrhoids, or I don't know how you call them, right? I'd rather have an infection in my butthole than dealing with you. That's how annoying you are. Fucking piss, guys. These women are so insufferable. But anyway, stop tolerating their bullshit. If you want to behave like a child, go to your papa, alright? What do women say, guys? Oh, I don't want to clean for you, I'm not your mama. Alright, I don't want to fucking be your fucking father, alright? If you have some, like, mental problems, right? You have your mental struggles, go to your papa, go cry on his shoulder. I'm not here on this earth to deal with a fucking overgrown child. And I wish all men were to think like that. But gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.